just to make sure that everyone is able to join me successfully. And if you're joining me on this live stream, a very, very warm welcome to you all. I know it's been a long time since we haven't actually done one of these, but because of the feedback that I've been getting for the last couple of weeks from everyone, it has just really impressed me that you guys are really into this topic. You want to discuss this topic even more. So, I thought it would be pertinent to actually let's start talking about this topic more. But before we get started, let's just make sure everyone can join the live stream. If you have questions, feel free to drop me a message down below. If you have any queries that you want to ask in terms of the Scrum Master training, what's going on, what I've been up to, if it's beneficial for your career, all this stuff, let me know in the post down below. And I'm just doing some miscellaneous background tasks right now, but I promise you one thing. One thing that we always get in these live streams are some really good questions from the audience. Also, if you know my Twitter, you can also drop me a Twitter. You can drop me a question on Twitter if you'd like, or anything like that. So, one of the things I want to be talking about today is I had a question from one of the viewers, Amina. Her name was Amina, and she's one of the subscribers to the channel. And the question was very interesting. I've never had this question before. And it was quite surprising when it came to me because I never thought people were interested to actually come into the Scrum Master profession. I didn't expect it. Actually, to be honest, it was a shock for me when I realized that people are interested to take this. Now, as most of you will be saying to me, why am I shocked at this? Well, I'm shocked at this because I thought it was a very specific thing. I thought it was a specific thing for certain niche people. Certain people would want to take this. And the question was, what does a Scrum Master, what do you need to do? If you're coming in from a different industry and you want to break into the IT industry. And for me, this is quite interesting because I never saw it like this. I always thought, right, IT professionals will stay in the IT realm, and they would take it that way. But so this really took me off guard, and I actually had a long think about this. I had a long thought, in terms of, what is the right way forward. The first thing is that people don't always understand what's going on here, what the actual, what's the actual thing behind here in terms of what does the person need, what's the skill set of this individual, and many other things. The first thing is that you need to be great at problem solving. If you're not great at problem solving, you're going to have some massive problems going forward. It's only when you understand that the IT realm is all about problem solving. That's it. There is, being in so many years spent in IT, one of the things is that everything that you do, everything that you work up to, it's just all to ensure that you can solve problems. If you can't solve problems, you're going to really suffer going forward. You will really struggle going forward. And if you have that problem-solving capability, you have that mindset, then it's okay, then you can go forward and you can take one of these things. So what's the next step, right? So that can't just be enough, right? Okay, we've got this, we've got this ability now, which is problem-solving. Is that it? No. That's not it. You actually need a couple more things. The other thing is that you need is certification. Yes, I've said it. You do need certification. If you don't have certification, you're going to really struggle. And that's the last thing that you want. And there are many certifications on the market. They are truly many sense. My recommendation is, and I want to put these all up on screen so everyone understands what's going on here, because the more you understand the differences between the certs, the more easier it actually becomes for you to really take this knowledge on. Now I want to load up some of the websites so everyone can see what's going on here. So I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. You should be able to see me in a picture way, I think. So yeah, you should be able to see everything now. This is the Scrum Alliance website. And actually, guys, this is one of the first certifications that I took many years ago. And one of the things I realized, well, I think this is probably the best way, I think. One of the things I realized was that in this certification, there are many things that you learn, but it's all foundational, it's all entry level. That's the problem that we've got here, right? Let me open this. Here we go. This is much more better. This is foundational stuff. This is foundational. You're not expected to walk away here knowing everything about Scrum. This is impossible. You will never walk away with knowing that this is what you do here as a Scrum Master. If you have all the skills, if you have all the abilities, you will just learn 2 days worth of coaching. And by getting this, what happens is that your next stage is that you need coaching. Because when you enter the job, when you get into the job, you simply struggle. I'm sorry to say, you will not believe the amount of people that are struggling day in and day out. And I'm always asking the question, why are so many people struggling in this? Why is it that people don't seem to understand the simplest the simplest of things? They really do struggle in these areas. And because they're struggling, people they lose themselves. They don't exactly know what to do, and then they start scrambling for more certifications. It's too late. It's you've proven yourself. The team's lost credibility at this point, and yeah, you've left a mark on it this way. So, and there are a couple of certs here. So I'm going to scroll down to the certs. Here we are. So you can see here, guys, there is the developer path, the product owner path, and also the Scrum Master path. Each one of these are good paths, but they are not enough to guarantee that you know exactly what's going on here, right? It's not enough to guarantee that you know what's going on here and it's going to help you take things forward. In fact, one thing that you need to understand here very clearly, this is just 2 days worth of training. How can you expect from 2 days worth of training that you're going to know everything? It's actually impossible. It's actually impossible, guys. It's actually very challenging, and it's actually very difficult to expect this, because what you're essentially saying here is that you can become an engineer within 2 days. What you're saying here is that you can become a doctor within 2 days. What you're saying here is that you can become a lawyer within 2 days just by taking a course like this. And this is a profession, guys. This is a very professional certification. This is something that we shouldn't take lightly. This is something that we need to understand, that as with time we get better and we get. So from the 2 day cert, this is just a small piece. This is just a small piece of the puzzle, right? That's the first thing. Once when you leave the 2 day course, you need to take an online exam, right? Most people, when they leave these courses, they can actually pass the exam within 24 to 48 hours, maximum a week. That gives a rise to the question, why, what's the purpose of it? Is it just, does it hold value? It does hold value, that it gives you foundational knowledge. That's the first thing. The problem is that to practically apply it, it's a totally different thing. It's a thing that you need support on. You need people to actually coach you on, and the most famous one is the Scrum Master one, right? So I'll just open this up just so you all can see. And the Scrum Master one is really the one that changed everything. And this is the one that I took. And you can see here within the stats that why should I become certified Scrum Master? One of the caveats here is that you have to take the Scrum Master 2-day course, and then you can take the exam. Without them, it's impossible. Without it, right? I will show you another website that has a different procedure, a different process that you can go down, but you might not like it. Everyone has their own preferences, and because of this, we have to explain each and every one, because this can be very, very confusing. Not only is it confusing, it doesn't actually help the overall situation. That you have multiple competing certs, they're private companies in essence, and people need to know guidance. Equally, every one of them are suitable, but you need the one-to-one coaching to help you guys really get to the bottom of it. Okay, this is the first thing. You need that one-to-one coaching to get bottom of it. Okay, so that's the CSM. 95% do recommend a family member or a friend in the CSM. Yes, it's a good cert. 72% of job seekers said the help my career progression was the best reason for earning a certified CA for CSM. So there's some value, there's some credence behind it, for sure. Now, let's jump over to the other competing one, Scrum.org. Scrum.org is another competing body which comes for when it comes to Scrum Master knowledge, Scrum Master certification. It's actually very good cert in itself, holds value, just like the CSM, but it's just one. The good thing is that you can essentially bypass the 2-day course, so you don't need to take the 2-day course. That's the one positive thing that you could say that's coming out from this, is that you don't need to take a 2-day certification, a 2-day training course to go and set the exam. You can just go straight into the exam and take it. You don't need a 2-day training course. It is difficult, I will say that. It is a very difficult thing to take, but people do take it and they do pass by chance. And if you don't pass, you can always take a reset. I think it's about $150, something like that. And training certification, professional Scrum Master, so you can see it loading up here on the screen. So guys, if you have questions, feel free to write the questions down. I would love to answer anything. It's always good to have your guys' thoughts on these topics, because the level of questions that we get here are very good, but it also ensures that people are understanding what's going on in the market. People realize what the importance are of the market, and just by you understanding, you know exactly which way to take it, because the confusion is that no one seems to understand what to do nowadays, right? That's the fact of the matter. No instructor, no sales company, no training company will actually tell you the truth of what's going on here. The truth of the matter is, all these courses are entry-level foundational courses, and yes, I know what you're sitting there thinking, right, there are 3 levels that you can go on: PSM1, PSM2, PSM3, and gradually you can build it up. Again, guys, it's based on theory. Theory is one thing. Practicing it in real life is another thing. It is a totally different thing. And because of this, people struggle. People really, really do struggle in this regards. And because they're struggling so much now, more than ever, people are unable to, Scrum is failing. we hear comments like, oh, Scrum is not what it used to be, Agile is failing. Is Agile really failing, or is it the fact that we're not applying agility, we're not applying Scrum in the best way possible? It's us. We are actually failing to implement and practice the Agile ways of working. And because of this, not only is everyone else suffering, we're starting to lose. We're starting to lose track of it. We're starting to fail to see the bigger picture here. And this is all stemming from we don't know how to implement. We don't understand how to implement. We struggle to implement. We when we're doing a when we're doing a sprint planning meeting, how many of you are nervous? I guarantee you a lot of you are nervous. How many of you actually struggle to even get the team buy-in? It's widespread. It's widespread. Many people are struggling. Many people find it hard to explain why the sprint goal exists. What is the actual purpose of it? How do we actually take it forward? And the team has hundreds of questions. It's the fact of the matter is, not everything is going to be good for the team. Not every option, every path, every avenue that's given is going to be good. Most of the time, it's going to have dead ends. Why wouldn't it have dead ends? The fact of the matter is, it will have dead ends. It not only will it have dead ends, it's going to have extremely difficult ways that the team will even do. To get team buy-in, it's a big thing. It's actually a big thing. So, the Scrum Master one. Now let's go to another one. And I think this is a very good one. This is actually one of my favorite ones, I would say. If I'm being honest, guys, if I'm being very honest here, I think Scaled Agile really have done a good job here. Because
without
you can see here,
efficient
guys,
and productive teams, an organization can't deliver value
do
at
they
scale.
really present
While
themselves
Scrum
very
Masters
well.
may have different roles,
What you're
coach,
seeing here
servant leader,
is
facilitator,
a
mentor,
company
they share
that
a
is
common
looking
goal:
to
help create high-performing
take
agile
things to
teams.
the next level when it comes
In the
to
Safe Scrum Master course,
training.
you will learn
And I
the
think this is
tactical
where
skills to be an
Scaled
effective
Agile
Scrum Master in a
differentiates
safe
itself
enterprise.
perfectly.
You'll discover
beautifully
how
from what
to
I've seen.
facilitate Scrum events,
Is that
support PI
they
execution,
show
coach teams to constantly
in the
improve,
best,
and implement
guys, it's 2
DevOps
days.
for
It's a 2-day
continuous
training
flow
course.
and delivery.
They can only
Are you
reveal
ready to learn
so
how
much.
to
They
build
can only reveal so
high-performing
much.
agile teams
And the
and
instructor
have
needs to
fun
go
doing
through
it? Register for a class
the
today.
exercises, answer the questions, conduct the breakout exercises, all this good stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff that's going on here. And because of this, you might not get you might not get everything done, right? There's not enough time. There's not enough time in the course to go through everything. You still kind of need one-to-one coaching after that. It will be beneficial. The course is far more empowering, effective, and way better for your career. If I had to rank the courses, Safe Scrum Master number 1, CSM number 2, and PSM number 3, if I had to rank them, just from my knowledge. Because I find that the Safe Scrum Master actually gives more of a practical look. This is my honest opinion going forward, is that there's more of a practicality around the Safe Scrum Master. And because of this, guys, it's actually more beneficial for you guys. It's actually more beneficial. I'm getting some questions through. I'm just checking the questions in the live feed. It's always good to have these questions, because it just shows that people are taking an interest in the topic and people do like what I'm saying here. When is your next training? So guys, you can always drop me a message. You can see my WhatsApp details there. Yeah, drop me a message and I can always see when is the, you can always jump on my next course whenever you'd like. And it's always a pleasure to have you guys with me on these courses. Okay. Another question that we're getting here is, which certifications do you provide? So For me, PSM, Professional Scrum Master, and also the Safe Scrum Master. If you had to select one, I would say the Safe Scrum Master always for me. I think it's a very good cert. I think it's actually a very good cert to actually take. Let's just go back here and let's just review the other one, which is the Advanced Scrum Master. I
You're
think
a
this
Scrum
one actually
Master,
deserves
leading
out
an
as
agile
well,
team in a
because
safe organization,
the
and
more
gaining
you
practical
look at this,
expertise to help your
the
team
more you
relentlessly
start to
improve and deliver
understand
value. Now, take
how
leadership skills to the
important
next level in the
these things
Advanced
are
Scrum Master
to
course,
to walk away
where you'll
from the
discover
course
how
and
to
know it
improve
inside
flow
out,
using
and
DevOps,
know details on
Kanban,
how
and
to
XP practices,
apply certain
spot,
practices
dress,
in there. And the
anti-patterns
fact
to
that you
empower
have supporting
high-performing
video
teams, create
within the
communities
course
of practice,
makes a
support
huge
art
difference.
performance,
Makes a
and
massive
facilitate
difference.
interactions with
And also one
architects,
difference is
product
in that the
managers, and
Advanced
other
Scrum
critical
Master course
stakeholders.
goes
Are you
through
ready to drive success for the Agile release trains
anti-patterns,
and the
which are a
organization?
huge topic, which
Register
is
for a class
stuff
today.
that you want to avoid doing as a Scrum Master. This is stuff that you want to actually avoid doing. And this is very well said. It's actually very important that it's actually in there, because not only do people get that value, they understand, they understand what to do, what not to do. It's beneficial for you going forward. That's why it's really, really good to actually have that. So that's the Safe Scrum Master. Now I'm going to turn off the screen sharing. So you should see me back on the screen now. So the first thing was that you should have a problem-solving mentality, number one. Number two, you should take a cert, right? Number three, you should take one-to-one coaching. So if you are a doctor, if you are a lawyer, or if you're working in a job that you want to change your, if you want to take if you want to change your career, have those three things done first. Have those three things done first. And this is really going back to Amina's question that she said. When you have these three things done, it makes things much more simpler. Now, let's say this is the Scrum Master aspect that I've spoken about. But I've not spoken about the other aspect, the IT aspect. Because what you're going to discover is that within the IT aspect, not only is there a lot of technical problems in this area, there's going to be a lot of problem solving and coaching that you're going to have to give, and collaboration. It's actually more down to collaboration more than anything. Should you be technically skilled? It's difficult to say. It's very difficult. It makes a difference. I will say that. It does make a huge difference when you have that technical grounding. It does. Because you understand where the team's coming from. Especially for IT guys. This is very specifically for IT I'm talking about here. It makes a difference. But is it necessary? Not really. Some of the best Scrum Masters I've met actually can conduct themselves in any situation. They don't really need to be a subject matter. And this is what we're trying to say here, is that we shouldn't need to be a subject matter experts in these areas, because it's not what we're looking for. This is not what we're looking for. What we're actually looking for is applicability, collaboration, integration, this sort of stuff. I think this is what you're really looking for as a Scrum Master, because the more you are good at doing this, the better results that you'll get with the team. That's what we want. That's what we've always wanted here, is a higher performing team. Once when you get into a team which is just rolling, it can hit the ball, it can hit the ground running, you can smash out all these different things, it is good. It feels good. It is absolutely amazing. And not only is it amazing, it actually shows you that you're doing something right. The team has buy-in. And because it has buy-in, you're running on the ball. It's fantastic. The feeling is totally different. This is why I'm saying, so And guys, this is over 15 years of experience I'm talking from here. 15 years of experience that I'm talking about from here. That people have essentially, basically I've seen there and done it. Seen it, done it, and seen the problems that people have faced. And just by helping them understand and get through the coaching, it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference, right? It really does. It really does. Now, I've got a couple of questions here. Let me just get them loaded up. So sorry, guys, I haven't been answering some of your questions here. Okay. Questions. Do Scrum Masters need a Gantt chart? Guys, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because you've got the Kanban board, right? So why would you need a Gantt chart? There's nothing wrong in you producing a Gantt. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. But it's there. If you need it, absolutely go ahead. If you need it, take it. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say on that. That if you need a Gantt chart, make a Gantt chart if you want, and use it. But typically speaking, I don't think you need a Gantt chart, right? What do Scrum Masters do? Good question. Scrum Masters are a facilitator. They are key facilitators in the Scrum framework. Many large organizations, when they're producing, when they're producing software products and services, they're using Scrum and Agile ways of working. And because of this, you need a Scrum Master in there to facilitate a lot of the events and coach the team and make the team into a highly productive team. This is why becoming a Scrum Master is quite a good thing to do, guys. It's just a very good thing to do going forward. I'm just trying to get through all the questions here. It's always good. And you can see me scanning. How do I progress into an Agile coach? That was a good one. So guys, when it comes to Agile coaching, you need a couple of years. You do need many years experience. It's a very difficult role to do. It's not like a step up from being a Scrum Master. This is a totally different thing. You're talking to different parts of the organization. You're talking to a lot of individuals. You'll be supporting a lot of teams, a lot of divisions, a lot of departments. It's a difficult thing. It's a difficult role. I've been an Agile coach for a long time, and every time I notice one thing is that, it's a huge area, and there's not really answers in this area. It's a very difficult thing to do. This is one of the most difficult jobs that you can get, is being, is being a Scrum Master. And Scrum Master certification, in itself, it's a difficult thing in itself. Guys, we've got a great question here. What does a Scrum Master do with a quiet team? That's a fantastic question, guys. What does a Scrum Master do with a quiet team? So one thing that you'll notice is that when you're doing a lot of the Scrum events, you'll notice team members are quiet. And when team members are quiet, you're always sitting there wondering, is anybody feeling what I'm feeling? Is anybody understanding what I'm understanding? The answer is probably no, because they're not getting that engagement, right? If you're not getting that engagement, you really need to take a step back and go, I must be saying a lot of crap here that no one's saying. I'm in trouble. The answer is probably yes. So you need to ask them, talk to them, guys. What's going on here? Very quiet here. Anything that we need to talk about here? anything that we need to discuss here openly. And the more you start to discuss, the more you start to really explain, they start to explain, people start to share, they start to collaborate, the better it gets for you in the long run. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, guys. Because we want things to be open, transparent, people to explain things, people to really, to really understand what's going on here, how we can support each other, and by doing these things, it makes a huge difference. It really does make a huge difference. So, but I understand that Scrum, some people can be quiet. Scrum teams can be quiet. That is absolutely true. Can Scrum teams be quiet? Brilliant question. Brilliant question. Another one. How to get a Scrum Master job with no experience? So, brilliant question. Write in the comments, guys, what do you think? Why is it that it's difficult to get a job without experience? Why do you think that is? Because I've got a very simple answer to this, guys. This is a very simple question for me to answer. But I want to know from yourselves, why do you think it's difficult for a Scrum, especially for individuals that, I understand it's a catch-22 situation. I know a lot of people struggle for jobs. I've struggled for jobs in the past as well. But, what is that one thing that people are forgetting here? Why is it that you're not getting the job? I have a very straight answer for this. This is probably the most easiest answer I can give on this topic. This is the most easiest thing to answer. But I want to hear from the chat. What do you guys think? Write in the chat. What do you guys think is the problem here? The answer here is very simple. You just don't have any practical application. The word they use when they reject you is that you didn't have enough experience. But actually, the fact of the matter is experience is perceived, right? Everything's perception. But if you have the understanding and you know in practice what to do, and you can explain in practicality what you'll do, you always get the job. This is why when youngsters leave university and they struggle to get a job, is because they know the theory, they just don't know the practical. And because of this, it's a double-edged sword. They have the knowledge, but they don't have the practical. These are two different things. When they become one, they become exceptionally powerful. They become so powerful, it takes you to another level. That's the actual fact of it. It takes you to another level. It's as simple as that. So guys, I can see that we're number 3 in the world, which is quite cool. Very cool. So everyone that's joined in for the live stream, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you guys with me. So let's just continue on with some of the questions that we received. I see we always tend to get more questions on Twitter, which I understand. Because a lot of people probably have more questions there, which makes more sense. Should the Scrum Master be non-technical? Guys, we kind of touched upon this, that the Scrum Master can be technical, doesn't have to be technical. It depends. It certainly makes a difference. If they're technical, they can understand what they're saying, what the people are saying. That in itself is hugely important, that you can look. If I'm speaking French and you only understand English, there's no connection. There's a massive disparity right there. However, if I'm speaking French and you're speaking French, we all understand something. There's a conversation taking place. There's a connection. The same thing here with the Scrum Master thing. It's the same thing here. That when some people are speaking a technical language and the person understands the technical language, you have more space to operate. You have more space to understand, you have more space to reflect, you have more space to, you can actually help them. You can help the individual be more clinical, critical, and supportive, and guide them when you have that ability. That's it. This is the difference here. When you have that, it really helps. But most of the time, people really do struggle on this regards. They really do struggle. Okay? They really do. And because of this, we need to become more and more understanding. We need to understand that not everything is, easily said as it's done, etc., etc. So let's go to the next question. How to support product owner as a Scrum Master? Brilliant question. That's a brilliant question. The product owner is usually someone senior, can be someone senior from the business, and this person should possess good business knowledge, has the vision of the customer, vision of the business, knows what they're talking about, and because of all these things, can really support the company going forward. But what tends to happen is that not only are people, you could say they treat this person at a slightly more higher level of authority. In reality, this person's asking the team to get the work done. This person is on the same level, but there's usually a problem here whereby there's a bit of a problem because one person thinks they're above and the other people think they're top. So there's a bit of a power struggle, and because of this power struggle, people don't, they let people off, right? The Scrum Master should be coaching the product owner, should always be supporting the product owner. If the product owner steps out of line, Scrum Master should be the first person to just jump back in and get things rectified, right? Refined and defined. This doesn't happen. And in fact, teams get stressed out. You wouldn't believe the amount of coaching I've done behind the scenes where individuals are actually struggling. They're struggling more than ever. That they've got abusive product owners, they don't listen. And actually, many people point the finger at the product owner. And I always say, this is not the right thing, guys. This is not what you want to do. It's probably the worst thing that you can do here is point the finger in one direction, because when you're doing this, you're actually causing more friction. By you causing more friction, do you think that's going to be beneficial by causing this friction? Do you think that this will make a better team? The answer is no. Simply, the answer is no. How can it be? How can it be the best thing going forward? It can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. And because of this, people struggle. People are struggling. And not only do people struggle, they tend to end up start having fights. I mean, think about the last time. Guys, when was the last time you all were involved in a fight? Just think about it. When was the last time that you guys were in a fight, and because of the fight that happened, people got a little bit annoyed? Not only did they get annoyed, nobody walked away with any sort of productive, answer going forward. It's a problem, right? It happens in meetings all the time. It happens in so many meetings that you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised on how many issues this causes. Not only does it cause so many issues, people struggle, and people struggle, team breaks down. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I'm just getting a few messages here, just responding to them. Right. Okay. You can hear the vibrations in the background. Sorry, guys. So as I'm trying to correct some stuff here in the background, feel free to drop me some messages in the background, and I'll promise to answer as many as I can. Right. So, I think that's it done. Okay, cool. So, we've been on the air now for roughly 40 minutes now. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, if there's anything that you want to run past, feel free to do that. It's always great to have you with me here. Some of the questions that we get here are really good. And you've seen the quality of the questions that we've already had today. Really great stuff. Got another question here. Why is the Scrum Master job enjoyable? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 100%. Why is it enjoyable? Because you're really doing something which is you're doing something which is you're supporting people. You're helping people become a better team. Why wouldn't that be a cool thing to do? Why wouldn't that be a cool thing to do? That's the thing here. And let me just fix a couple of things. I'm getting a lot of messages here, guys. Guys, if you're looking for the training, you can see my details. If you want to contact me for one-to-one coaching, there's my WhatsApp there. Feel free to directly reach out to me. It's not a problem. I actually prefer to talk to you guys directly. You know, I do have a sales team there, but if you need to talk to me directly, feel free to get in touch with me. Feel free to just get in touch with me behind the scenes, because a lot of people, some of you have just standard questions, which is absolutely fine. You can always ask me this. But if you need training, definitely contact me. We had a PM stream. 2 days in a row. It went really well. I think a lot of people enjoyed that. So we'll get that going again soon, next week. Just checking some of the stuff that we're getting here. You can hear me clicking away in the background. Is the Safe Advanced Scrum Master certification worth it? Yes. 100% yes. Why wouldn't it be? It is 100% one of the best certs that you can take. But take the Safe Scrum Master one first, and then take the Advanced Scrum Master, because it is difficult. It is difficult. I'm not going to lie. It is difficult. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. So, just looking around. How to hire a Scrum Master. Guys, when it comes to hiring, I've made videos on this in the past, guys. I've made videos on this in the past talking about what I think about the recruitment industry right now. I understand a lot of people are struggling for jobs. I 100% agree. Not only are people struggling, they don't get the support that they need. That's the actual reality of it. Is people don't get the support that they're looking for, and on top of that, because they don't have the support, they can't get the right jobs. They struggle. They struggle, and because they're struggling, they get demoralized. They get demotivated, and I think that's a big problem going forward, because it's sad, because this individual at one point was looking to become a Scrum Master, and we might have lost a very good Scrum Master potentially. This is bad. This is bad. We need more Scrum Masters in the world. We do. Just like we need more project managers, just like we need more Agile coaches, we need more product managers, we need more product owners that have this empower. Guys, this is a good thing. Scrum is a good thing. Agile is a good thing. There's nothing wrong in this. This is a good thing for us to do. It's a good thing for teams to do. It's a good thing for people to do in every company, because the more we do it, the better it is for our businesses, the more cost effective we're going to be, and the more cost effective we are, the better we're going to be at achieving our goals, and the less problems that we will have at getting layoffs, and the more people we can hire. It actually has a domino effect. And because of this domino effect, it helps. It really, really, really does help. Okay. Now, guys, I'm getting questions here on the CV, right? So, CV. I'm just looking through them right now. When it comes to your CV, guys, you really need to take it very seriously. Your CV is the first thing that puts you out, right? And because it puts you out, you put yourself out, right? You put yourself out. You really need to build a good CV. And like I said, guys, I offer services for CV services that help you guarantee at least an interview and to pass the interview. That's what I do. That's a lot of the things that I do here. And many people that certify and train with me, I've got testimony from them saying that this is why it's so good. This is why it helps. And I would recommend for people to jump on and see how they can benefit from taking this style of CV rebranding, CV, because it helps you guys. It really does help you. Because when you start to realize how the CV should be shaped for the Scrum Master or for a product owner, product manager, or an Agile coach, suddenly the doors start to open up, the opportunities start to become more, and things change for the better. So I would 100% recommend that. 100% recommend that. And obviously there's a bit of technical skill writing that as well. Just looking through. So guys, leave a comment down below, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. It's always good. It's always nice to have you guys subscribing to the channel. And also follow me on my social accounts. You can see all them. If you want one-to-one coaching, drop me a message on my WhatsApp. It's great to have you guys with me. How many years does it take to become a good Scrum Master? Great question. It takes many years. Scrum, easy topic, very hard to master. Easy topic, very hard to master. That's probably the answer I can give here. Is the best answer is that it's a difficult, it's a easy topic, very easy topic, but very, very difficult to master. One of the most difficult ones I have definitely faced in my career is that, yeah, the Scrum guide is maybe 20 pages, but the actual practicality of it has major implications everywhere. So yeah, it's a challenging thing. It's an extremely challenging thing to have. So yeah, good question. That was a great question. What makes a good Scrum Master? Guys, so when it comes to Scrum Mastering, a good Scrum Master really has empathy, control over themselves, brilliant coach, has good project management skills. Well, I know this is a surprise, but they need to have project management skills either way. Has practical applicability. Can guide people. Has emotional intelligence. And understands the difficult business working environment. And also possesses business knowledge. When you have all of this, you are really taking yourself to another level, taking yourself to a degree of quality which is unmatched. And not only is it unmatched, you're becoming one of these individuals which are pushing the boundaries, is pushing the boat out. Other Scrum Masters will look at you. They might even get jealous from you. Might become envious because they say, "What has this guy got that I don't have? Why is this guy so good that why am I at this level?" It's because this person is grinding it day in and day out. That's the reason. That's the reason. That's the reason behind this. Always, always like this. Right. What are some of your other questions? Okay. Nothing coming through. Let's check some of the other questions. I always find you guys are more active on Twitter than anything. Never understood why. How to prepare for a Scrum interview. So guys, like I said, for the CV and the interview and stuff, I actually have services for this. So if you want to join me for that, drop me a note on, drop me a message on my WhatsApp. We're more than happy to help you out and facilitate a conversation, how you can become a better Scrum Master, how you can improve your CV, and how you can also help you guys, get that job that you're looking for. So that's a great question. So drop me a message on WhatsApp if you're interested. We find Scrum Master jobs, LinkedIn, Indeed, Google Jobs. Just search out for Google. But LinkedIn's definitely very good. But also, guys, referrals. Referrals is a good way. If you have someone internally working within the company, they can pass your name on. Always a good idea. Always a good idea to it gives you more room. It gives you more room to maneuver yourself. So definitely check that out. Definitely check that out. I would say it was always a good idea. Just looking through. What's the pay like for the Scrum Master? Guys, it depends. In the United States, pay is very good. Scrum Masters get paid a very lovely sum of money in the United States. In other countries, it varies. It varies from region to region. But I've noticed that within the States, it has typically very good high salaries. Other parts of the world, I wouldn't say it's the same story. But I know in the States, because it's more of a software-focused economy, you could say. A lot of the major corporations there require Scrum Masters. It's a role that's always in demand. Because of this, it's highly paid there in the United States. We'll give it another 6 more minutes, guys. 6 more minutes before we jump off the live stream. If you have any last minute questions, feel free to fire away. Like I said, it's always good to hear from you guys. Where are you originally from? Originally Scottish. Scottish. Will you ever come to the state? Yes, so I'm based in Dubai right now. So I'm based in Dubai, but I've been to New York many times. I've done a lot of consulting work in New York as well, and in many places around the world. One thing I found in New York, which was very, very cool, is that everyone's very friendly. Everyone's very friendly. Even when I went there a couple of times, I've always found I've always made new friends. So yeah, New York, very, very cool place. But living here in Dubai at the moment in time. Planning to do a certification, what would you recommend? It depends what you want to do. If you want to become a project manager, PMP all the way. If you're looking to become a Scrum Master, check out the Safe Scrum Master or the PSM. Definitely two good ones to go. And guys, a massive thanks to everyone that supported me on this journey, on this channel. We're about to hit 5,000 subs on the channel, which has been a phenomenal journey. We were just currently sitting at 4.45k subs, which is a huge barrier. It's a huge milestone. Huge milestone. And because of this, I'm very, I never thought the channel would get this far. I think, and also guys, check out the digital transformation videos. I have a huge series on digital transformation and strategy. I think it really does help a lot of people when they see this stuff in action, how it relates to the overall picture. Definitely check that out. Definitely check it out. It's very good. Very good. Agile project management. So guys, Agile project management is this it is the hybrid approach. I think most people are doing it. If you want to learn more about that, I would say the PMP is it's a phenomenal course to take. 4-day training course with myself, and it can help you understand project management and how agility fits right in there. I don't think there's a differentiation point now. I think we're coming to a point whereby both areas are merging now. They have to merge. They have to merge. There's no two ways about it. They have to merge. As simple as that. Guys, we'll give it 5 more minutes just to make sure that all your questions have been answered. Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the videos with my. I've been focusing on slightly more differentiated topics. We always discuss: is the Scrum Master certification worth it or not worth it? Is it a waste of time, etc.? That's a topic that we've covered to death on the channel. In fact, we covered it as well in this video. Amina, you asked a great question, one of our fantastic subscribers. I've hopefully answered it in this video. Hopefully I've given a comprehensive perspective on this because it was a very difficult thing to answer. Different people looking to come in, you need all those traits, right? It's doable. It's doable. And to make things easier when you have one-to-one coaching, it absolutely supports you. It absolutely makes things much more easier. It makes it much more easier. Have you heard of Andrew Tate? Yes, I have. I think the dude is brilliant. I think the dude is absolutely brilliant, if you ask me. Yes, I have heard of Andrew Tate. I've watched his stuff on social media. Very cool. I'd definitely check it. It would definitely bring in the masculinity vibe back into the show. I have missed it. I have to admit, I have missed it. I think we're lacking that. I think we're definitely lacking that in the world that we live in today. We're lacking that masculinity traits. I think it's good to have that back in the game. We've always spoken about feminism. We've never spoken about masculinity. I think both need to be in the picture. Needs to be a balance. There needs to be a balance. So great question. So yes, I have heard of Andrew Tate, and I think some of the stuff that he says is absolutely phenomenal. I think it's quite funny as well. Guys, I think the individual is there for it's entertainment. I don't think. Yes, there is some truth. There's some truth to what this person's saying, but in reality, I think this mostly for entertainment purposes. I think. There's many things that you can see on social media just to blow up. Even me during this live stream, I've not said anything. I've not sworn. I don't want to do that. I don't want to say anything stupid. But it can be professionals and communicate in a professional manner, which can be tedious. or you can communicate in that format that as he's communicating in, which can get you more fame and fortune quickly. But you just got to pick your style at the end of the day. Okay. I don't think there's any other questions coming through. What's your next video going to be about? Guys, I'm thinking of going back to the digital transformation series. I had more videos on this. I just haven't put them out because I couldn't see what you guys wanted. From the comments, it looked like you guys wanted more Scrum Master videos, so I went back to Scrum Mastering. But some of you wanted some project management ones. I put project management in there as well, the live streams. But it seems to me there's a section of my community that wants digital transformation in there. You want to talk about AI, you want to talk about machine learning, IoT. I get that. I 100% get that. I've got no problems putting videos out. So just leave comments down below, like the videos. If you don't like the videos, if you don't leave comments down below, I find it very difficult. I don't know which topics that you guys want me to cover. So that's the reason. So if you want me to cover topics, you need to give me some feedback. And the feedback is like the video, share the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. That's the best way. Okay. Guys, I think we should call it quits today. So guys, thank you so much. Hopefully you've enjoyed the live stream. We've been on live stream for the last 1 hour. My name is Suhaib. If you want to contact me for one-to-one coaching, my number's up there at the top. Follow me on my social media accounts. And as always, guys,